Alright, welcome back to another 1 versus 1 ranked video. And as you might have seen in the title, at least I hope I've put it in the title, it said probably something like UK plus Norway, and then maybe like coalition in quotation marks. I think that's probably what it's gonna be. And yeah, I basically, someone made me aware of it. Not too long ago, I did a Ghetto Nijmegen video where basically played Blue 4 mixed, but I only used Dutch and Canadian units, I believe. And this time around, we're going to use only British and Norwegian units. Of course, unfortunately, we only get 45 activation points and also not access to the prototypes, which would be different when if it was an actual coalition. But it should spice things up. I think if it was a proper coalition, it would be pretty nice. Having this, because AA is probably the biggest weakness. Tanks aren't particularly great either. Infantry is great. Recon is a mixed bag. I don't think there's any prototypes that would be amazing. Planes are solid. And I think support or like AA as well as Recon have is probably gonna be the weakest part. Helicopters aren't great either, but I think a Lynx Tattoo is not too shabby. I don't have a Recon chopper in my deck, which I maybe should have changed, but I have this to kind of scout ahead. I'm not sure if I don't know if it is, I'm just imagining things, but I kind of remember this nickname, but whatever. Battlefield should probably be one of the better maps for us, because our AA, while being pretty efficient, is just slow as fuck for the most part. Enem is, I mean, it's fast, but it's pretty bad as well. The Rapier and the Noah are strong, but just very immobile. So the fact that this is a small map actually helps us quite a bit. Maybe I should have put in SAS, but I'm just generally not a fan of SAS, which is why I did not. Could have been a mistake. In Commonwealth it works out. In this deck, or in this variation of mixed blue, it may actually be necessary. Just set my phone on silent. I think our plan is to go push here, although we could go for a forest push. We have some nice, very strong infantry that could be pretty strong in that department. These NM 4/5s at the very least are very cheap and plentiful, so I can spam them over the map. Even though they're, I think, not going to be too effective, they might be good enough at least like holding off rocket spot helicopters, if it comes down to it. Like, even if they're not killing it, maybe at least scare them away. At least something. I at least have a decent card of ASFs, so that should hopefully help me quite a bit. Other than that, I think we're just going to do something standard, nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm gonna put some emphasis on the right side, but not too much. Actually, I think we're going to move that Saxon in this area. It's gonna drive down this road into this forest. Oh, come on, dude. I know this guy. Jesus Christ. What is my 22, 12? Oh, I'm actually curious how many points I get. Probably like 3 points? That's a lot. I expected less. So if I get 3 points, I think, like roughly 3, it could also be like 2.6 or something. I think if I get 3 points by a win, I would probably lose like 21 if I lose. But yeah, I'm gonna try to search again. I'm gonna keep the deck for now, even though it may be wrong. And I'll hopefully see you in like 2 seconds. And after like 20 minutes or so, I hope the recording works properly. And after like 20 minutes or so, we finally found our new match. So by the way, since I was talking about hoping the recording works properly, OBS has a newish feature that I can actually pause the recording, so I don't have to edit anymore if I want to merge 2 videos together that will play shortly after one another. So that's nice. So I hope that transition or whatever it was worked decently. In any case, We probably got one of the worst maps that we could have gotten. I think Punchbowl would have been worse. This one is also not that great. Although usually it revolves around one front line. And these front lines are relatively narrow, so it's maybe not actually that bad. But large maps, not what we want. We're up against whoever that is, gals, ... So I guess there's a lot of spaces and maybe another word after that. Let's hope it's no slur in case he decides to use chat. We have some nice motorized stuff. So we could go for alpha. You know what? I'm gonna send like 2 Stormer squads straight into alpha with 2 NMs. I think that's what I'll try. It's 90 points, so it's not nothing. But if I can get in here, you know, I could do a lot of damage. Maybe I will do check shit, who knows. But there is a chance that it'll work out. But I think we are trying to go for Foxtrot here. Because that is, I think, reinforcing wise easier for us. And with our units available, I think we have a good chance there. But yeah, let's do that. We'll start with 1 Lynx H7 20mm again. Also, I can't wait for people getting confused by the fact that the video title will most likely say Nuclear Winter is coming and then it immediately opens up with Battlefield. I just realized. I'm wondering if there will be people commenting on it and then realizing why it's that way and then maybe deleting the comment. If you're ballsy enough, you're not gonna delete your comment. Sometimes I get notifications about comments, or I catch the notification quick enough, and then the comment ends up being deleted. It's always a bit funny. He didn't say anything. I'm honestly, I'm not gonna prepare for a healer rush or anything. I hope I do not get healer rush, of course, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to like defend against one because I'd rather have an interesting game. I have 55 points left. You know what, let's lead one of these Panzer builds and get a... Just get some more view. Another Panzer build here, another one on the flank. Had a typo there. Well, here's hoping. It is one of the better maps to defend against the healers, so if he's not very good at it, you know, we might have a chance, but here's hoping. Also, not we also have just a horrible AA to do with a shit ton of healers, so that also makes it even worse. The optics are only poor, so oh well, there we are. There's a track rapier. There it is. It's a bunch of Cobras. H1S Cobras. Those are horrible. Actually, we should probably spam these. They might be even better. I mean, whatever, buddy. Why are you just gonna spam rush with these? Longbow even, so he's playing US. Interesting. What's a long ass name? You can see the name that far on the left here. Longbow is actually really horrible. Or is it actually? I'm not sure if it's actually horrible. We'll see. But I think I'm going to lose here. Because I actually underestimated the amount of heals that were here. Yeah, I'm gonna lose here. Probably should have completely focused on this side. Oh shit, I also waited too long with the strict rapier. Yeah, this is GG. Oh well. It happens. I'm not gonna go GG, but oh well. Well. Whatever. Curious as to how many points I lost at 22:15. Sometimes it takes a bit to update. This, like the leaderboard, still shows 22:12. Well, I'm gonna. It's just 11 minutes for you. I'm gonna try to find another rank game. Maybe I'll get heal rushed again. Maybe not. The deck was horrible for it. I think I also just didn't react all too well. But even if I had perfectly reacted to it, given the units I have, probably not a good chance. So yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. Once again, we're back. Let's see who it is after another 20 minutes or so waiting. Oh, it's Subros. It's Brigadier General. I wonder if it's the same dude who just changed his name and now got Brigadier. How was I lost 21 points that game, I believe. Oh yeah, if that's the same dude who changed his name and is now heat rushing me again, I'm not gonna be happy about it by any means. But I think as a viewer, it would be kind of hilarious. So I think I'm going to start with a puff unless he responds and I can check who it is. Or if it's the same dude. But I mean, even if the thing is, you have such a horrible AA for dealing with massed helicopters. I wonder that even if I had like all of my AA deployed, I wonder if I could actually beat the heal rush, because not only is it bad, I also just don't have a lot of AA in my deck. Period. So I think like no matter what I do, I feel like I automatically lose. At least the feeling that I get. Like the best AA I have is probably like autocannons. And those are mostly effective in like very short range engagements near forests. So I should try to put my CV like near this big forest, I think. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I don't get a response. So I just have to assume it's kind of this guy, but I also just don't want to open for guaranteed healer. So I'm gonna just play it safe for now, like safe-ish. Which, even though I refused to do it last time, I think I'm going to do it this time. No, again, unless he responds. He could play blue for all I know, so I'm playing as blue myself. I think he was playing an airborne deck last time, looking at the veteran Cobras. These items are just not very good. Yeah. Get some of you here. Let's get a Milan 2. Get some Panzer Bills. What of you? Like 2 of you. Panzer Bills. Oh! It is not the same dude. It is not the same dude. Okay, we're in, boys. We're in. We might have an actual game on our hands. Heck yeah. Okay, that changes everything. Alright, I'm gonna do the same shit as last time, I think. Get a Milan. Get some Stormer. I think that was our opener for here. Alright, what do you have for this time? This, that, we had like 4 squads of you. We had 2 Stormer. We had a Tractor Rapier. We had a Mortar. We had a 20mm. We had a View and a Panzer Bill. I think we also had a Leopard 1. I think we had also 2 squads of these actually. I don't remember. Right, we also had 2 more of these here and some Panzer Bills. Then what else do we have? Well, let's just save these points, I guess. We have the 2 XAs, we have the Panzer Bills, we have this. Let's just get one more of you here, and alright. Let's see if we can actually get a decent game here. I mean, before I get healers again, but at the very least, this is nuclear winter again, so you're actually getting debated by the second match. Because if this wasn't nuclear winter, I would probably put, you know, the other name, the name of the map in the title, and then you'd maybe realize that the second match is going to be very short, right? But since this is once again nuclear winter, it should be quite, I don't know what to say, quite interesting. Saxon, you're unloading here. Actually, one of these Panzer Bills here. It's not a lot of defense, but it's mostly about the optics, really. Let's not forget our Lynx H7 here. Kind of gave away that we have an infantry CB if he paid attention. I want to slow down his units up down. Salo, so the Soviets. I might MTVs. They're not gonna do a lot of damage. Okay, but they're completely wrecking me. But the Gazelle, the Lynx should win at least against one of them, if not both. The BRDM-3. What's that? It's a Mi-23. We unloaded in here. Get like a Leopard here. And let's get in. Ah, shit, he killed the Lynx. Oh, please don't kill my Tractor Rapier. They have like a lot high rate of fire, I was gonna say. See, no, he's not playing Moto, okay. Confused for a second because of the veterancy. Okay, those are T-72Bs. Let's get a new Tractor Rapier. Let's get like a... I don't even know. These NMs are not gonna do all too much. Ah, shit. Is the smoke fading away? No, it's not. Okay. Alright, he's incredibly weak here. Come on, did I actually miss? One of my oh, 2 those crashes probably. There's still the shit here, which I have to be wary about. Oh damn, he really didn't put anything there. Now he has. What we can do here? Oh, he has a BRDM-3 here. Let's see if we can move up with these and deal with his BTRs there. They could have gotten through here already, so I have to watch out for that. Good opener though, it seems, for us. Okay, let's pack you in here. Then move you into the town. Get some more of you, because he has Amite MTVs in his deck and I don't like those. Desperately need some more recon here as well. It'll be interesting to see how they will perform. But they'll probably get wrecked by the BRDM of 3 actually. Okay, that's an MI24P. Whoa. Very nice. Yeah, BRDM 3 just absolutely wrecked those Panzer builds. They're not gonna do all too much. Yeah, Stormer got SPS got wrecked as well. Instead, it's a helicopter that's actually very, very bad. Okay, I caught those out and got them down to 5 HP as well as panicked them, so that's very good. I think he has Recon in there because he's spotting my Stormer. I do not like that. Let's not get sideshot by this, please. Thank you very much. Okay, I got into the town with 2 squads. It's actually surprising. I expected the P to completely wreck me here, not gonna lie. Like, just in case. Like a Leopard 1 here as well. This should hopefully allow us to kill this BRDM 3. And I think I did not get it. Oh no, it did. It got up to veteran. Now where's his recon? It's not a recon. That's a D-Track T-72B. How very interesting. It's one of the BTRs. That probably the ADA because it has no stealth. Oh, those are getting wrecked by the VDV. Probably because of fire support it's there. It actually makes absolute sense. Perfect sense. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna get a CV. We don't need to push into a super on the right immediately. And our position on the left and mid allows us to, I think, play the long game as we're currently in a better position. These spets and screws should be dead. Really unload you and make use of you. Osa, how very interesting. I don't think there's too much more infantry in those, so I'm gonna attack with the Leopard 1. 80. Just kill the NM, which is why I spotted it. Look at some Gewehrman. Yeah, that's the VMF. That's the scout that actually spotted my shit. It's very good that I got those. Could be a real pain in the ass to find. Another Panzer Bill on here just. Connect. Get this up, supply some supplies. To here. But, I think there's a T-72B firing. Let's put you up a bit. Sure, let's turn your weapons off. Nice. Scratch it, so it means he has a VDV in there. We'll put you back. They have a lot of range, those VDV. So I think if they're in the edge here, they could reach me. Yeah, I think they can. I have to be careful about that. I still have the H7 that could help a lot when it comes to getting into the town here. Although those some are doing a fine job, but not anymore because getting wrecked by those BTRDs. Get a track rapier here. And a new Milan here. Because I will lose the town on the left. That's fine. Let's put you back into the town. Forgot about you, that's incredibly unfortunate. Those are up with some HP. Yeah, sure, let's buy you. We have the Noah with a lot of range that can hopefully defend us, or will hopefully defend us against Helo Hunter. And outside of the AK, I haven't seen any significant AA. He does have scratch heads, but they will probably not be quite in range. Okay. Terrible tank micro by me, but I did not get punished, so there's that at least. There's some ammo. Lynx H7 took 2 splash damage from my Noah, by the way. It's always funny, this kind of interaction. Also, I'm wondering if what he's thinking, if he immediately realized that I'm playing Mixed Blue, and also if he realized that's a CV in here. I realized that I'm only using UK and Norwegian units. It's by no means a strong deck. But it's always kind of fun to play these little decks when you're not playing against a different tryhard or something who is just gonna murder you with this deck. Get a CV as well. Did you not realize that's still Stormer in there? Up. You up as well. If that's MI24 is getting a bit too close, it could get wrecked by those. By those Stormer. Yeah, he's a bit wary. I get no, I'm too far away anyways, even if I had line of sight. Ural, that's a scout. It's a scout. I'd like to really kill that scout while it's still in there, but I think he's gonna unload it early enough. I'm not gonna CV snipe, I think that's a bit uncalled for. I do have the Fighting Falcon in the deck with which I could pretty easily CV snipe. I think he just unloaded it. And I even missed. It's 5 position on you. Oh no, there they are! Come on. Okay, for a second I thought the Lynx missed all shots. Okay, that's very good. That's actually very good, because otherwise probably would have been incredibly annoying to deal with. See what you can do. Oh, okay, there's also the Scratcher that's actually doing a lot of damage. Unfortunate. Can do nothing because he moved out of line of sight. That's the M24 P that on the left, probably moving back to the farm. I should not talk that fast. Get some defenses here. And some reinforcements for this side as well. Also starting to run out of infantry, I think. At least Stormer. I still have plenty of Gewehrmen. But Stormer just way too good for time. No, don't smoke there just yet. I need more Stormer to push. Let's also repair that squad. It's a new scout. Oh no, it's actually a supply track. I probably should learn what the transport URL and what the supply URL is called. I just can't be asked. That's finally our shit dealt with, but we really forced him to spend a lot of points into this area. So that's very good. It's very good for us. Not a Leo here. So even though we lost his foothold, that's perfectly fine. I never really intended it to hold for as long as it did even. So that's good. I don't have any expendable unit to drive up in there because I'd like to know what's in there. I'm gonna drive this over. Oh shit, I forgot to unload you. Such a fire starter mistake. I'm gonna drive you above there, hope that you don't get killed before you like pass the town, and then I'll see what's in the town in terms of infantry. Because if there's not a lot of in there, I'm just gonna smoke this off and move my Stormer in. Also, I should put some more stuff here. Yaska. nothing in here, well, don't mind me then. I'm actually gonna put you in here. If he tries to cross this, they're gonna murder infantry. Smoke this off, please. Who's crying? That's a Norwegian unit, but I don't know what Norwegian unit. Probably someone standing in fire? Somewhere on the left here. What? I don't understand. Oh, this leopard got fired at. Maybe. I think it might have gotten shotted into the side by something like a BRDM-3 with stealth. If I had to guess. It did fire back at something. Oh god, I nearly forgot about you guys. 424. Let's move you deeper into the forest. Actually not, I feel like we both thought we had something in the town, which is why neither of us got in there. Let's see what you can do. I lost a Saxon. Holy shit, they're horrible. They dealt 2 damage and put it toward for how long they fired. You know, I didn't expect them to like outright kill it or anything, you know, in the time. But even 2 damage, that's fine, but they didn't even like stun it or panic it. So that was straight up horrible, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect them to perform this bad. Like, you know, I expected them to perform bad, but not this badly. Holy shit, that's... Alright. That looked like Fagot M's, if I had to guess. That didn't look like Conkers from the missile model. And for Gonostrike, I think it would have been too long, so it must be the... for the base Gonos, it technically could work, but... if I had to guess, those are the Fagots with the M-Mite MTVs to get them as cheap as possible. Desperately need to put my fire support, of course, up there. Happening on this side. Oh shit, lost guys. Oh no, the other one's just detract. Never mind, I didn't lose any. Ooh, watch out, leopard. Because you're getting one shot by this. Hey, you even killed it. Oh my god, why is the track rapier so slow? I really needed manpads in this deck. Alright, let's buy a CV for the ride. I think that's still our best chance. Put a CV in. Buy some of you. Never mind, I was gonna buy a CV for here. Put it back with you because you're gonna get all stunned to hell. Buy a challenger here, let's buy another track rapier. The 80 got missed, that's unfortunate. Focus leopard. Another scout, get more of you, and I don't want to buy my last track rapier yet. Let's buy no one just for better main defense. I think I might get killed here if he hits. I'm at 2 HP and only have 10 armor. He shot at infantry, okay. He has a Buratino here, so I'm gonna move back my... This is also the track rapier because it has only virtually no armor. I'm gonna spread you. I'm pretty weak here, so I don't really wanna be too aggressive. Let's give you some fuel because you're nearly done. Preemptively buy some supply tracks for this side. Let's move with those. He does have VDV in here, so actually I don't want to move them and keep them here so they don't sneak up from behind onto my leopards. Unload you. I don't really want to buy a CV for Delta just yet, unless he buys one because I don't really have anything that survives very long. Don't forget for our tower 2, but I don't need it on the left, that's for sure. I have a lot of stuff there. Let's put you here, you can at least defend yourself somewhat decently. Did I buy a challenger? I did, okay. Let's buy mortar for the left side as well. And then since he bought a Buratino on this side, I will buy CV for the left, for Alpha. Where I actually do end up pushing now. Even though it was never my plan, really. Like to do a proper push. But I mean, it works. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna keep those in the back, just as like a backup. I don't need them right now. I'm gonna keep them like here so I can get into the town faster. Get another recon here. Yes, infantry in the town. Oh, why did I tell you to move up there? It was stupid. Maybe I thought it was like a 5-point truck from the recon? I don't know. It was unnecessary since it's actually decent fire support. Let's modern here just because we can. And once we put a CV in here. Play it passively. Like I said, since we know the Buratino's on the right, unless he has a Smirch or Uragan in the stack or moves his Buratino, which we should probably spot. We should be fine on the left. He finally spots our scout here, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Just put us in here so no helicopter just gets through there unchallenged. Push through here. Just so we have a foothold like over the whole forest there. By Jeep CV. Maybe I should use a tank CV instead of an infantry CV, but put you in the bag. I don't want to get wrecked by the fire support here. His Buratino did like absolutely nothing. I mean, it created some fire here that, you know, we might get some use out of by like blocking line of sight. Other than that, he didn't stun a single unit, which he might now do with his second strike, of course. But he definitely should have gone for the town first, I think. Let's move up our tower helicopter. D. I think the transport has the D. Oh, he actually hit one of my things directly. I'm gonna lose against a K-29 with my AA here, I think. Put you back. I don't actually want to fire you to fire at this. The civilian. Did I lose my? No, I did not lose my challenger. Okay. Try this to shoot at his 72s. Oh god, you're dead. Well, the truck driver is also gonna die because it's way too slow. Might just die here to Tunguska. It's interesting, even though I already told it to evac, it still shot out one of the third LJB. Spetsnaz crew, how very naughty of you. Shoot at me. It should really move me to the town, I think. I was moving his VTV out of the town, which is very good for me. Oh god, I forgot about you, that's stupid. Let's not leave Unity open, otherwise he's gonna potentially use the smoke to move up his VDV and sideshot my tank. That would not be very good. Some supply trucks. Oh, actually I bought one, some already. How very smart of me. For once. Let's have a mortar. Let's just mortar in here for now. I don't really have anything to smoke at the moment. Him moving out his VDV means that he's gonna lose a tractor repeater, so let's move you up. Is this town completely empty? Seems like it is, alright. I really barely killed any of his helicopters. That's a CV in there. I'm gonna kill it. I think it's like the first helicopter outside of the M8 MTV at the start that I'm actually going to kill. Speaking of, let's kill that KA-29. Also buy the strike rifle for here. I think that's a good choice. Kind of protects both Charlie and Golf from helicopters coming from that side. I also don't even know what his AA is on the left side. I never really tried. If you can get like one or maybe two HBMs. Got two. He's got a PD to deal with me. I did not get his VMF. Let's move you up. I would prefer to not lose a CV to a K29 on 4 HP. Hope I'm not forced to move the CV. It does have terrible optics, but I'm right at the edge here. So let's move you. Yeah, if I'm gonna lose the CV, I should move towards it. So we can't use the rocket pods. Oh my god. Oh god, the NM did 4 damage! Heck yeah! Infantry here actually got killed by the VDV. Get some new supply trucks here. Move you up and deal with those VDV. Did kill the CV here, unsurprisingly. God, I'm really horrible against helicopters. I like this deck. Actually crazy how bad it is. See what's still in the town left here. Alright, one's got a VDV. It's actually evac you. I don't wanna. I could go for the CV, which is probably somewhere there, but don't really want to bother right now. He actually killed 2 of my Gewehrmen without me killing him. Fortunate, but he's not firing back at the moment. Good job, Eugen. There's no way he turned his weapon off. If he did, then that's not very smart. Something that would be interesting to check in a replay, but oh boy. But going through a long part, like 20 minutes or something of replay just for such a small thing does not seem very good. Oh, you need optics, my dude. You need optics. Well, I lost them now. The T-80s have horrible optics, buddy. I mean, at that close range, I guess you're gonna hit me, but yeah, T-80s have horrible optics. There they are, the Spetsnaz. I like to use like one bomb on the Spetsnaz. I think I got one off. Yeah. I'm just hoping the last one actually hits. Thank you. Also went for T-80 that's dead now, but whatever. GG. Alright, so we actually ended up having a decent game at the end after the first 2 misses, I guess you could call it, and the long ass waiting times in between, which luckily for you, you didn't get to experience. So let's check the kill list. There was actually VDV90 in the M8 MTV, so I guess also in the other one. Interesting. Challenger 1. I don't think I ever killed one of his T-72Bs on the right, which is very interesting. I think outside of the T-80s on the left and a Leopard 1 there, and on one Leopard 1 on the right, there were barely any tank kills, which is actually quite fascinating. Basically, the VDV in BTRD, I think, as like some sort of spammy-ish infantry. Not the worst, but when it comes to like cheap-ish or affordable, high availability, all-round infantry, USSR is just meh. VDV basically are pretty blah. Motostrelki are the Motostrelki themselves are fine, but when it comes to like transports, they have some good transports, but they're all expensive, and the cheap ones are just bad. The MP1D is fine, but it's nothing like a BVP M80 or like a NM135 that is like both cheap as well as very versatile. The BMP1D is mostly anti-infantry and against vehicles or other APCs, it just doesn't quite pack the punch. So that makes it like not quite the same thing. And I think it might even be 20 points compared to the 15 of the BVP and the 10 points of the NM135. So that also is quite a detriment. There's a Challenger 1 on the left with 2 T80 kills. Fighting Falcon killed the CV. Right, I forgot about that. I did kill his PD, which was one of the reasons why I actually evac'd the Fighting Falcon when I went for a second run. And I was like, nah, I'd rather not just have it circled around, just in case. But I forgot I killed a PD. And the NM45 killed a K29. That thing is so garbage, holy shit. I mean, on the one hand, it is 15 points. But on the other hand, it is just... Is there anything else for 15 points? Let me actually check. Roll at air defense gun. Honestly, I feel like this might actually be better. Believe it or not. There's this thing. Let me open the armory tool to check how they compare stat-wise, like actually stat-wise. This thing is absolute garbage, but at least it has 1 armor. This one is also garbage, not gonna lie. Hang on, where's the... Let's go for the 45 first so we can keep that. So we have the NM45. And the first thing that I wanted to compare was this one. The Hypnerit. Firepower. So the Polish thing has a somewhat bigger splash radius of... It has more than twice the suppression, which you can also see on the unit card. Holy shit, now I understand. Oh my god. Now I know why the NM45 is so horrible. It has a short reload of 1 second, meaning that, and a salvo length of 1 and salvo reload of 6. That means that for 10 seconds, it shoots 1 shot, and then after 1 second, another shot, after 1 second, another shot, for like 10 shots, which I guess in theory, if you exclude aim time, would be 9 seconds. And then reload for 6 seconds, and then it deals damage 10 times again over the next 9 seconds. Which I don't know, maybe you're asking yourself, what's so bad about it? Well, basically every other spec, like this one for example, has a short reload of 0.3, meaning that it also has a salvo length of 10. So it means that these 10 shots, the same, like ignoring accuracy for now, the same amount of damage the Hypnerit puts out in 3 seconds, or I guess in theory 2.7 seconds. But let's keep it simple. 10 seconds for 10 damage, 3 seconds for 10 damage. It has 5% more accuracy and does have a stabilizer, granted, but the Hypnerit also has significantly more suppression. And if you ask me, the extra ground range is absolutely worthless since the Oerlikon has, you know, such a low rate of fire. Oh god, it's absolute dog shit. That explains it. I mean, you know, if I had the Hypnerit, I also wouldn't expect it to do a whole lot, but the NM is just garbage. Like, the thing with these is, while they're not very accurate, they usually have a good enough rate of fire that some shots are gonna connect. The NM45s have such a low rate of fire that it's... You notice it a lot more if some of these shots miss, because they very often don't even have the time to finish the salvo. Let's check this thing, because it's very bad, but I'm still curious how it compares. So this thing actually has the same rate of fire, although it has a salvo length of 11 and not 10. Woohoo. And a significantly shorter salvo reload of 3. I'm looking at the wrong unit. It actually has a short reload of 1.6 seconds, so an even lower rate of fire. But of course it has 50% more damage. And over a whole minute, the rate of fire is actually not as much lower because it has a significantly shorter salvo reload. So it's really not that, and also of course has much more suppression, significantly higher splash radius. So I think gun-wise the LVKP still would be more consistent. I know this one is bad and I never use it, but I still want to see just purely stat-wise how that compares. Well, actually has the same gun, I think. Yeah, that's the same gun. All right. Sergei is the same thing as a Hypnorit. So is this. But yeah, of course, there's not a lot of 15 points or even cheaper AA units, but this thing like it performs even worse than I expected it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I don't expect two of those to like kill a K. What was it, a hind at that range? Not by any means, but I expected them to, if not stun, considering for how long they fired, if not stun, at least like panic or at the very least shaken it. But they got it to worried. They barely affected it, and that's what annoys me. Let's quickly take a look at it deck. Yeah, like I said, when it comes to AA, not a lot to choose from. I considered this, but I think something wheeled, even if it's garbage, was needed. But maybe, considering how bad it is, it was not the right choice. But not having the Stormer would fit very well in here. I think Norway, does Norway even get anything prototyped in terms of AA? I'm not sure. Artillery also nothing noteworthy. So I think that's by far the biggest weakness of this deck. And while the Stormer would be nice, it would still be kind of awkward outside of that. So maybe the SAS are needed. If only they came in ground transports. Recon, the infantry's selection is okay. Vehicles are kind of, yeah. The Ferret is like a hit and miss unit. The Panzer build is just paper, as you see, without a lot of anti-vehicle damage output itself. There's also, the Razzmann is just not particularly great. Vehicles are fine. You got the AVRE. Maybe the Fox would actually be more useful as anti-air. While it does have significantly less range, it might have a better damage output, and it also has stealth, and some armor. So the Fox might actually be more useful here. Helicopters, not much to choose from, but I think it's okay, usable, and planes are good. You don't get a great ATGM plane, you only get a GR1A, which is usable. The GR7 is a bit inconsistent at times, but I think overall it's fine. It gets 2 seaplanes, although this one is not very good since it has poor stealth. If it had medium stealth, it would be a great seaplane. I'm not gonna lie, a very good seaplane, I'd even say. But that's not the case. ASFs are good, bombers are good, and attack planes are good enough, and HE bombers are also pretty damn good with the fighting Falcon. Tanks are fine. I wish the Chieftains Mark 10 and 11 would be better, or either of those would be better, because the Leopard, when only running 2 cars, I would like to have something slightly heavier than the Leopard 1A5. I know, ideally the NO2 that has 17 AP and 12 front armor, but it's a prototype, and the Chieftains are just bad. These high AP, low RPM tanks, they don't work very well, or they don't work at all really if you have such a horrible speed. So yeah, that's what makes a Chieftain Mark 11, and also the CTC 85-2A, not particularly great tanks. The CTC at least has some more speed, although it's pretty slow. But yeah, that's this deck. I'm not gonna play it a lot more, but it's always fun to showcase something like this. Let's actually very briefly check prototypes. Of course, first can be a 90 with the RX would be absolutely amazing. CV90 would be really, really useful, also as stupid as it sounds, to deal with helicopters. Ace90 would be nice. Marksman, I completely forgot about the Marksman. M270 is also cluster. Right, NASAMS, but I don't think the NASAMS is good. The Stormer, like I said, would be an immense help. Trencher 2, of course, would be nice, but it's not really needed. Like I said, this Leopard would be very cool. Recon, I don't think you... Is there any prototype in here? Maybe one of the transports? I think none of either UK's or Norway's Recon tab nothing here is a prototype. It's actually kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Vehicles, no, never mind. It's just a transport. Vehicles, I think, might also be completely unprototyped. Oh no, the CV90, of course, but that's not really a vehicle. Lynx 3 is mostly a team game unit, so again, we don't lose much here. And Norwegian helicopters are all transport only. Typhoon, F-16AM, nothing really lost here either. So it's really mostly infantry and support with a pinch of tanks. But I'm actually most surprised about the fact that there's no prototype in the Recon tab. Oh, very curious. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you next time.